Welcome back. Since being re-elected to a second term in November last year, Atlanta Mayor Kasim has traveled to Europe, South America, and Silicon Valley. With each trip, he's served as an ambassador for Atlanta and as a businessman. He devoted his first term in office to getting the city's financial affairs in order, whether it was tackling pension reform or finding ways to ease the city's traffic burdens. Reed has experienced both success and failure. Yet through it all, he's played the consummate businessman, acting as the CEO with the city as his corporation. Today, Ed Baker talks to Atlanta's native son about life, love, and the pursuit of prosperity for all the city's residents in this edition of Executive Profiles.
I want to start off with a story that I just totally love. I want to go back to your youth. I want to go back to the beginnings of entrepreneurship for the mayor.
I started by cutting lawns. We had really large yards in our neighborhood, so I used to knock on doors and get the business, and then I had a couple of older kids that would come and help me cut the grass. So for 14 or 21 bucks, we would cut the front yard and sweep the driveway. I saved up my money from my lawn care service, and I went down to the apparel mart, and I started buying gold jewelry, and I would sell it to the kids who worked at Six Flags in the summer. And then I would also sell it to members of Ben Hill United Methodist Church. And I sold them, and I made quite a nice profit.
And you took that profit and did what with it?
I went to Howard University. I kept selling jewelry at Howard University, and then I got a contract for this fad in college called boxer shorts. So when I was in college, people used to like to wear boxer shorts, especially women, with the university logo on them. And then so I started selling boxers on the campus of Howard University, and I kept having one entrepreneurial endeavor or another. And wouldn't you know it, I actually got through school without putting a lot of pressure on my mom and dad, because I'm one of four, and they had already paid for 3 other kids to go to school.
So let's fast forward to today's world and put things in context a little bit differently. If you were the CEO of Atlanta,
yes,
and politics weren't part of the equation,
yes,
and budgets were not part of the equation,
yes,
what would you do differently? How would you run this place as a business?
As a business, I would invest in a world-class educational system for Atlanta and world-class infrastructure. I think that folks just want a high quality of life now. And we've got to find a way to get people out of their automobiles, and we've got to find a way to allow people to spend more time with the ones that they love. And the transportation and infrastructure problems that we're having right now are really starting to get in the way of that. If I were just a king rather than an elected, you'd see unprecedented investment in making sure that we have a highly trained and educated workforce, which we do. But that's because people move here from all over the United States. So we're one of the best cities in America in terms of where young people want to come and get their start and get their shot in life. We got so many people who live in Atlanta, but who are from Atlanta, but who are not really participating in the life of the city because of their inadequate training for the kind of opportunities that are right around the corner around the street. And that would make our overall economy much more dynamic, much more robust, and you're going to continue to need talent. The world will go wherever smart people are.
Let's talk about the world. Let's talk about economic development.
Yes.
As it relates to global Atlanta.
Well, I was in Brazil. I was in Rio and I was in Sao Paulo. Brazil is the 7th largest economy in the world now. So I'm very focused on making sure that Atlanta becomes a strong number 2 to Miami. Obviously, for cultural reasons, Miami has a very special place in the heart of many Brazilians. In January, I was at the World Economic Forum in Davos, and Atlanta is really taking its place on the world stage. Atlanta is one of the top 30 cities in the world for foreign direct investment. So it's not just a blip on the screen. And so anybody who leads the city of Atlanta needs to turn their attention to the world.
Where is our greatest opportunity?
Our greatest opportunity is becoming the center of investment in the technology space. So right now, if you were to look at a map of the United States of America, Right now, technology and venture capital funding really goes to San Francisco, Palo Alto, the Silicon Valley corridor. Then it goes to Austin, Texas. Then it's in Chicago a little bit, New York, and Boston. You see a massive hole around the Southeast. So my vision really is to partner with our incredibly strong university system and our local colleges and schools, and really start retaining the people that we have in the technology and science space. And I think we're going to create an ecosystem which makes us the center of action for technology investment.
Do you see the community pulling together? Do you see leadership on a common page these days, or is it going further out?
No, I think our leadership is putting together in an incredible way. I mean, I have the Atlanta Committee for Progress, which is an assemblage of the leading CEOs in the city of Atlanta. And I think that I'm one of the luckiest mayors in the United States of America. I haven't asked anything from the business community that was reasonable that they haven't responded to in an incredible fashion.
So let me change the channel a minute and talk about bliss.
Yes.
Personal bliss.
Yes.
The glow that you have now.
Yes.
Love is in the air.
Yes.
It's not just a yes.
No,
Tell me more.
No,
Tell me more.
No, it is about a yes because she said yes. Sarah Elizabeth Langford. She's from Atlanta. I've loved her for a long time. She's terrific, and goodness, I've known Sarah she grew up less than a mile from my house. So I grew up in Loch Lomond. She grew up in Niskey Lake. I had to wait a while because she's a little bit younger than me, but it worked out.
Final question.
Yes.
Paint the future of Atlanta. What's this place going to look like in 10 years?
What it's going to look like is one of the most dynamic economies in the world and the undisputed center of gravity for the Southeast. Atlanta will not have an equal in the Southeast, and that is going to assure that we're one of the leading cities on the planet. We're going to be one of the leading international cities in the world, and we're going to be the undisputed leader of the Southeast.
I know at times this could be a thankless job.
Yes, yes, tough days.
But thank you. Thank you for all you're doing.
No, thank you, Ed.
Thank you for joining us
No,
today.
thank you for running a terrific paper, and thank you for giving me a minute with the people of Atlanta today.
We appreciate you.
No, thank you.
Take care.
As Reed continues to add to his political portfolio, his personal one is growing as well. His wife, Sarah Elizabeth, recently gave birth to their daughter, Maria Kristen.